As mentioned, we do know that police have Daikerlin Alejandra Gonzalez in custody, the suspect that they believe is tied to the death of Moore.
So the other part of this, so now we've done genitals, we've done some woke stuff as it pertains to universities. The other part, of course, and one of the big spending pieces of the big, beautiful bill is about $50 billion on building the wall. We know that the deportations are up now. Trump is now saying they want 3,000 people out a day. That's what he's tasked Kirsti Noem with doing. And there is good reason for it. The good reason for it, of course, is the amount of drugs that are coming across, the crime and everything else. And I want to show you this story because you're barely going to see this in mainstream media. But an 18-year-old girl was just killed. This was in Texas by two illegals. And this stuff is still going on. And you might want to wonder why you're not going to know her name if you only pay attention to mainstream media. But you know Abrego Garcia. You know the names of the illegals who we boot out, but you don't know the names of the women who were raped or murdered, or in this case, killed while they are doing water sports.
The 18-year-old Ava Moore was kayaking at Lake Grapevine when police say that she was struck and killed by a jet ski with two women on it. Authorities were looking for the driver of that jet ski, who they say fled the scene by jumping into a vehicle with a man at the park. As mentioned, we do know that police have Daikerlin Alejandra Gonzalez in custody, the suspect that they believe is tied to the death of Moore. Earlier today, I spoke to Ava's basketball coach at the Air Force Prep Academy and also one of her teammates. They say that she had just finished at the academy and was headed to basic training in a few weeks. They're obviously heartbroken by her death.
Well, there's a lot of sadness, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. Obviously, none of us saw it coming, but and then it goes to anger that they left, anger that they didn't even see if she was okay.
So she just cared about not only her teammates, but her whole country. And I think that's like the hardest part, is that she really was going to be a difference maker in protecting us and serving us. And it's just hard knowing that she's out.
All right, so there is an 18-year-old girl, and I'm going to know her name, and I hope you will know her name, and maybe that will trickle up to MSNBC or CNN or the New York Times or elsewhere. This should be a front page story on the New York Times or at Washington Post. Her name is Ava Moore, and an 18-year-old girl, an American, is now dead. Period. That's it. She's not coming back. And it gets worse. Here's video footage of the illegal alien who hit her being helped by Venezuelan, we think potentially illegals, get into a van to flee. Well, there you have it. That girl will probably become the next hero of the Democrats. And although I'm being slightly sarcastic, I'm actually not, because they are still at it. They are still at it over on the televised mental institution known as MSNBC 13.